Those investments should also be self-contained that can generate a stable source of income, helping one to fulfill their aspirations. The wealth creation process will be most effective if started early. Starting investments during the early stages of life will give a head start for achieving goals. It also helps in generating higher growth in long term. As a student, it is best time to start investment now. I think this webinar will be a big inspiration for you in the field of investment. And now I would like to welcome Reverend Dr. Jolie Andrews, Principal, Christ College, Irinalakuda, who is delivering inaugural address. We are lucky enough to have a very enthusiastic person and also a good initiator as our principal. Father is a very good motivator also. And he is always ready to be with us in all our initiatives as a guide. Father, I welcome you to this webinar. It is my great pleasure to welcome Sri Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant of Mutual Funds Association in India. He is a Chartered Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance and has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities markets. He served initially in a leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI for more than 50 years. He has joined in SEBI in the year 2003 and served for more than 16 years in different departments of SEBI. Lastly, in addition to other assignments, he was DGM in charge of Office of Investors, Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern region. He is also a mentor of NGOs working for financial literacy and investor awareness in the country. Under his supervision, I think more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness programs were conducted across North India. And he himself has addressed as guest speaker in more than 600 programs related to the investor awareness programs. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, he has joined Association of Mutual Funds in India as a senior consultant for spreading investor awareness among citizens. During pandemic, he has interacted with thousands of investors and students through more than 250 webinars in reputed educational and professional institutions, corporates, startups, government departments, and others. Sir, on behalf of all, I extend a very warm welcome to this webinar. I also welcome Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agrawal, Mentor, Startup Uttarakhand Government SEBI Financial Education Resource Person, who has given all kinds of support throughout this webinar. I also welcome all the participants, faculty members, students from Christ College and also from outside the Christ College for their overwhelming response to our webinar. I also welcome all the faculty members of the Department of Economics. Once more, I welcome one and all gathered here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister, for your kind words. I now invite our principal, Reverend Father Dr. Jolie Andrews, CMI, for the inaugural address.
Good morning. Reverend Sister Rosie Vio, Convener and HOD, Department of Economics. Mr. Suryakant Sharma, the Senior Consultant from Association of Mutual Funds in India. All the faculty members of the Department of Economics, the office bearers of the Association of Mutual Funds in India, and my dear students. Of Economics is today We know that in this time of digital era, the knowledge of the mutual funds is very important. I'm very pleased to note that the Department of Economics has come forward with this innovative program, the program on the mutual funds. My special appreciation towards the Association of Mutual Funds in India for coming forward for conducting this webinar. Special thanks towards the resource person Suryakant Sharma. I also place on record my special appreciation towards the Department of Economics, the HOD, Sister Rosie Vio, Dr. Shashi C, the organizing secretary, and all the members of the organizing committee. And dear students, utilize these opportunities and come forward with, I would say, the digital financial literacy. Get yourself, know what are the important aspects of this mutual fund, know the games of this play, know the rules of this play, and allow yourself and get yourself acquainted with all these important facets of the mutual funds. Have a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father, for your enlightening words. Today, we have gathered here for a webinar on wealth creation through personal finance management, conducted by our respected keynote speaker, Sri Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant AMFI, ex-DGM SEBI. Suryakant Sharma is a commerce graduate and a master's in law with specialization in corporate laws. He is also Chartered Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Sri Sharma joined Securities and Exchange Board of India in 2003 and has served for more than 16 years in various departments. Lastly, he was DGM in charge of Office of Investor Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern region for more than 5 years. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, he had joined as a senior consultant in Mutual Funds Association of Mutual Funds in India. He is a member of working group of NCRT for developing vocational courses on mutual funds for classes 11th and 12th. Sri Sharma is also a member of few NGOs working on financial literacy and investor awareness throughout the country. Mr. Sharma has conducted more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness programs and has conducted more than 250 webinars on the same in various reputed educational institutions, corporates, business bonds, firms, etc. We are honored to have you, sir. We welcome you for the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Parvati, for introducing me with the participants and for moderating the program. I am also thankful to respected principal of the college, respected HOD of the economics department, who has thought of this idea of having this program for your college faculty members and staff members and other participants as well. Sister, I am thankful to you particularly because you took initiative of this program in your college. And I hope this program you will find useful for your students and faculty members. And with that hope, I am starting my session. But before that, 2-3 things I wish to share with all the participants. My dear participant, this program is from Association of Mutual Fund in India. But this is not a marketing event or a promotional event of mutual funds. Respected principal, I want to make it very clear that this program is purely an investor awareness program. And sister, there are two categories of investors. One category, those who are already earning like you and me. And the other category of the participants who are not yet earning like Parvati. But they are going to earn very soon. So they are potential investors. We are investors and they are potential investors. So I will try to focus my program on both the segments of these investors. And since this program is for the participants, sister, I will request participants, if possible, kindly keep one pen and notebook with them so that they can note down anything, new idea or new information they find during my session. which they can explore further through Google and websites. And sister, you will agree that now we are living in a Google era. Everything is available on the Google and websites. But these programs are just to sensitize participants to go deeper into the subject and to look into the importance of the subject of personal finance management. And lastly, Parvati, I will be very happy if more and more questions come from the participants. They may put their question during my session in the chat box, and Parvati and his team and the team will take care once my session is over. And after my session is over, we will make the town hall open. Anybody can just raise the hand and can directly ask the question as well. So, and Parvati and sister, I will keep taking your name again and again during my session, because through you, I wish to connect with all the participants. And sister, I would be very grateful, at least 4 or 5 videos are on during my session, so that I feel that I'm connected to somebody. If all videos are off, sometime a feeling creeps in to whom we are talking to. So kindly, don't all, but at least 4 or 5 videos are on. That will be nice of you. Now the topic, sister, today you have given me is wealth creation through personal finance management. So Parvati, first we should understand what is wealth. Wealth is a club of assets. And Parvati, wealth can be physical, wealth can be emotional, wealth can be monetary as well. So we are today, we'll talk more on the financial wealth. And what is wealth? Wealth is simply a cluster of assets, Parvati, which keep earning money for you even when you sleep. So when you are not awake, your assets will continue to earn money for you. That is the crux of the financial wealth. And what is personal finance management? Parvati, you are still a student, I assume. But
Yes, sir.
personal finance management is basically the money which we can manage, which we have. And mostly, sister, you will agree with me that money, from where we get money. We get money mostly from the employer where we are employed, those who are service class persons. And if you are in a business or a profession, Parvati, you will definitely earn some professional fee or some income in businesses. So the money which we earn or which we get through service or profession or business is our main source of money. And one simple question, sister, can I ask you a very simple question? What money gives us? Why we are so passionate about the money? Honestly, we are, very honestly speaking. But why we are so passionate about the money? Can you tell me something? What money gives us?
Mainly transactions are through the money. No, that is why without money, how can meet their needs, means our needs.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right, sister. Because normally a adage goes that after God, money is everything. Of course, God is, but after God, money is everything. Because we need money, Parvati, at every moment of our life. Even for breath, Parvati, I am in a Delhi, which is the capital of India. But because of pollution, we have to purchase air purifier for taking fresh air. That is why even for fresh air, we will need to spend some money. That is why the importance of money. And now sister just rightly pointed out, money takes care of all our needs. And money, sister, you will agree with me, gives us 2 very important things in our life. The first, Parvati, and you students should understand, money gives us prosperity. Prosperity simply means I should have money when I need it. Maybe for basic needs, maybe for luxury, maybe for comfort. For every aspect of the life, we need money. And ideally speaking, when I have money, when I need it, I will feel prospered. But sister, there are 3 stages of prosperity in normal human beings' life. Parvati, when we don't have anything, suppose I don't have anything, then what will prosperity mean for me? Simply speaking, prosperity in that stage will mean for me that I should have my basic needs met. Roti, kapra, makan. These are the basic needs of every human being. So I feel prosper when I don't have anything, but if my basic needs are met, then I feel prosper. But sister, you will agree with me that a normal human being don't stop. Normal human being don't stop when their basic needs are met. Parvati, would you? I think you would also not. Because once your basic needs are met, definitely we will think of having some comfort in our life. We should have a relatively reasonable house. We should have a vehicle. We should have appliances at home, so that my life becomes relatively comfortable. So the second stage of prosperity, Parvati, is I should have comfort in my life. And even when comforts are available to me, Parvati is a human nature. I will not stop there. Most of us will not stop. Then we will definitely think of having luxurious life. One day Parvati will have one basic needs of comfort meet. Then Parvati will definitely think that she should have a palatial house. She should have a costly car in the parking. And then Parvati will also dream of a helicopter just standing near to her house with a helipad, so that she can enjoy wherever she wants, she can go. So that level of luxurious life we also need. So life, money gives us, Parvati, prosperity. But one more thing money gives us, Parvati, I don't know whether you are aware or not, but respected principal and sister must be knowing it. Money also gives us prosperity, Parvati. Money also gives us security. Security simply means that I am secure. If anything happens to me or to my family, I will manage that issue or problem with that money. But Parvati, normally security is available to a normal human being only when they have plenty of money. If I have 10 lakhs rupees or 15 lakhs rupees or 20 lakhs rupees in my bank account, Parvati, would I feel secure? No, that will not be there. Because security will come only when I have plenty of money. But unfortunately, sister, you will agree with me that we middle class, salary class person would hardly have that much of money in our life. One fine morning, sister will have 100 crore in her bank account. Then she might feel of developing security for her and for her family. But sister, as you are well aware, that much of money we wouldn't be having in our bank account, at least when we are in service. That is why the question arises, and that's very natural. How I can develop security for myself and for my family? Yes, my dear participants, we can develop security for ourselves and to our family if we do these three things in our life, more particularly, Parvati, at the beginning of your career when you start earning. Parvati, you may not be interested at this stage about these things, but they are relevant to you because you are going to earn very soon down the line after 2-3 years after completing your degree or profession or course, whatever you are doing here. So security comes when we have plenty of money, but most of us, particularly middle class, salary class person, wouldn't be having that much of money. So how we can do it? We should do these three things in our life. And my dear participants, you can note it down if you wish to note it down. And these are particularly relevant for young participants, those who are earning, those who are already earning. And even it is really equally relevant to the participant like Parvati, who have not yet started earning, but they are going to earn very soon. The first thing which we must do in our life when we start earning, Parvati, please note it down. Every earning person must have adequate life insurance cover. Every individual, sister, must have adequate life insurance cover. And what is the purpose of having life insurance cover, sister? Definitely you, a participant, can ask me. Because life is pretty uncertain. And more so, Parvati, when I am the single earner in my family is totally dependent upon my monthly regular income or salary which I get, then life insurance becomes very, very relevant and important. Because we all know life is pretty uncertain, sister. Now, today everything is going on very well. My kids are getting education. Everything is going on. My monthly expenses are taken care of well. Life is smooth. But if suppose something happens tomorrow to me and I am not available to my family because of that, then what will happen to my family, Parvati? It's a very valid question we should ask to ourselves. And more so when I am the single earner in the family, that in case I am not available to my family because of that tomorrow, how my family will survive? From where they will get money to take care of their regular expenses? From where they will get money to take care of their kids' education and other family obligations? Naturally, for that, we take life insurance cover, because in case something happens to me, at least my family should not suffer financially. Sister, you will agree that emotional problem will be there, social problems will be there, but at the same time, my family should not suffer financially. At least they should have minimum amount available with them every month so that they can pull on their life even in my absence. That's the purpose of having life insurance cover. And my dear participant, it has to be adequate. Adequate simply means it should be minimum 20 times of your annual income. Suppose, Parvati, after 2-3 years you start earning and your annual package is 20 lakhs. Then ideally speaking, you should have life insurance cover of not less than 2 crore rupees. Please mind it. Mostly people do take life insurance cover, but that is just for the name's sake. That is just for a very small amount, which is not going to serve the purpose for which life insurance cover is taken. That is why I keep emphasizing in all my sessions, please take life insurance cover, but it has to be adequate. And the definition of adequacy is every earning person, Parvati, must have life insurance cover of minimum 10 times of your annual income. And nowadays, a very good product available in the market, Parvati, which was not available at least in my time, but now it is available. The product name for life insurance cover is term insurance, TERM, term insurance. Term insurance is a genuine, true product of life insurance cover, where you can take an adequate life insurance cover by paying a hardly monthly, very small amount every month. Suppose you are in the age bracket of 25 to 30 years, then you can take a life insurance cover of 1 crore rupees by paying hardly a monthly premium of around 500 or 600 rupees. So please do consider taking adequate life insurance cover at the beginning of your career itself. And term insurance is a genuine and pure product of insurance. Because money back or endowment, these are basically saving linked insurance scheme, where you get some money if you survive. But for that, the premium will be very, very high, and most of the people wouldn't be able to bear that premium. That is why in my age, most of the people hardly have any adequate life insurance cover. The first thing is take adequate life insurance cover. Second thing is, please do take adequate health insurance cover. And Parvati, adequate health insurance cover is a totally different thing than that take of taking adequate life insurance cover, because life insurance cover is different and life insurance cover is different and health insurance cover is different, my dear participants. We take life insurance cover that in case of my death, my family should get a reasonable amount on which they can survive. But in health insurance, Parvati, we take health insurance cover that in case some medical emergency arises with me, or I might met with an accident where I will be going, Parvati, Unfortunately, our governmental health system is not up to mark even after 75 years of independence. So we will be forced to go to the private hospital. But there the problem is different, Parvati. They charge exorbitantly. And if a person get admitted and remain in the hospital for 10-15 days, they may raise a bill of 10-15 lakhs. From where that money will come. And that has all happened unexpectedly all of a sudden. That is why if you have taken health insurance cover, all your medical expenses in a hospital will be directly paid by the insurance company from whom you have taken health insurance cover to the hospital. You will not be required to pay anything. You can go to the best available hospital nearby, get the best treatment, come home recovered without paying anything. So please do think that life is that health insurance cover is a must. And nowadays, Parvati, a unique health insurance product is available in the market. The name of that is Umbrella Health Insurance Cover. It is also called Floater Health Insurance Cover. In this health insurance cover, you have leverage of including not only your name, but you can include the name of your all family members, your kids, your spouse, and even your parents. So what typically benefit you get is in this one singular health insurance policy, all members of the family are covered. And if anything happens with any member of the family, they can go to the best nearby hospital, get the best treatment, come home recovered. All their medical expenses or hospital bill will be paid directly by the insurance company to the hospital. That is technically called cashless treatment. And you can come home recovered. So that is why please do take adequate health insurance cover. And if you are a metro city, your health insurance cover for the whole family should ideally be around 25 lakhs. But if you are in a 2-tier, 3-tier cities, then you can have a health insurance cover for the whole family of around 10-12 lakhs. That is reasonable. So second request I want to make to all the participants with regard to security. First was life insurance cover. Second one is health insurance cover. And third request I want to make all the participants with regard to security, Parvati, that every family must have an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs, Mr. Robin. Naturally, you will ask me what is the purpose of having an emergency fund. But my dear participants, you are well aware that we are just passing through a very, very tough phase in our life, pandemic era. We are still not out of that era. But during pandemic, Mr. Robin, which was totally unexpected, nobody had thought of it that pandemic will come. We will be confined to our home for months together. We would be losing jobs. We would be having reduction in our income. Businesses were closed. Professions were closed for months together. And Robin, sister, I don't know about your college, but your college might have given you regular salary even during pandemic. That is a great of your institution. But at the same time, sister, you are well aware that lakhs of people had lost their job. Lakhs of people have got substantial reduction in their business, in their income salary. Businesses were closed. Professions were closed for months together. And lakhs of people, sister, have passed through a very, very tough time. So this corona has taught us a very important lesson that every family must have an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs with them, so that in case something happens like corona, sister, again, or I lose my job, or there is a reduction in my salary, at least, Mr. Robin, I am able to manage my family affairs for next 6 months to 9 months. That is the purpose of developing an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs. And my dear participants, we all know 5 lakhs is not a small amount for all of us. But at the same time, we can develop it over a period of time, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years. But once it develops, sister, we have to make a promise with ourselves that this is an emergency fund and we will not use the emergency fund for any other purposes except emergencies which might occur in future. That promise and commitment we have to develop. So I again repeat, my dear participants, we should do three things in our life for developing security. I am not talking about the prosperity, Mr. Robin. Now I will talk about the prosperity. But before that, sister, I have talked about the security aspect. And three things I again repeat: adequate life insurance cover, adequate health insurance cover, and an emergency fund of around 5 lakhs with every family. Now we should talk about the prosperity as well after developing security. Sister, can you tell me what is the main source of money for all of us, those who are in service? What is the main source of money?
From government.
Exactly. Salary which we get from our employer or employment. So salary is the main source of money for the middle class, salary class person. And sister, what we do with the salary? A majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly expenses, regular expenses. But sister, one thing is very unique with all Indians like you and me. That is very unique to all of us. And what is that? Mr. Robin, you might be also be aware. Every Indian try to take away some money out of their regular income, which they don't spend. Otherwise, they can spend. There is a lot of requirement, lot of needs are there, lot of comfort issues are there. But still, sister, every Indian tries sincerely to take away some money out of their regular income, which they don't spend. And the sister, the money which we don't spend out of our regular income, what we call it, sister, it is called savings. It is called savings. The money which we don't spend out of our income, Parvati, you should also understand the concept of saving. That the money which we don't spend out of our regular income. So we save. Every Indian try to save some money. Mr. Robin, I know it is very difficult, particularly for those who don't have much salary, much income. But still every family, every Indian family, typical traditional middle class, salary class person family, try to save some money. But one thing lacks here, Mr. Robin, I don't know whether you will agree with me. And that is, we do save, but we are not regular about saving, Parvati. This month I might be saving some amount, next month it might be a different one, third month it might be a different one, fourth month there might not be any saving. There may be regions, there may be compulsions. I am not denying those compulsions. But at the same time, I want to request young participants like Parvati and Mr. Robin, please identify an amount of saving every month out of your regular income. And Robin sir, I am not prescribing you anything. You save 20%, you save 40%, you save, no, nothing. What I am requesting is, please identify an amount which you yourself can save. Suppose, Mr. Robin, you say that your monthly income is around 50 lakhs or 50,000. Then, and you say that your monthly expenses are around 40,000. Then what you indirectly is saying is that you can save 10,000. Then my request is very simple, Mr. Robin, but emphatic. Please do save this 10,000 upfront. Upfront means simply means the moment you get the salary, take this money away, as if you have not got it. I know it is difficult, sir, but it has to be done. It is difficult, but Mr. Robin, it is not impossible. It is difficult, but not impossible. So I will request all the young participants, please identify an amount of saving which you can comfortably do every month, and then religiously save that amount come what may. That commitment has to be there. That discipline, Mr. Robin, has to be there, because only this commitment and discipline is going to make your life easier in future. So choice is yours. If you want to have a comfortable life, then you have to do it. There is no choice for a middle class, salary class person. So please identify an amount of saving and then religiously save that amount every month without fail. Second request I want to make, Mr. Robin, to all the participants with regard to saving is, please keep increasing your saving minimum by 10% every year. And Parvati, you may not be experienced, but I assume Mr. Robin is a faculty member here. So, every year, a sister will agree with me, every year they get increment, every year they get some allowances increase, every year some income increases. So with the increase of income, Mr. Robin, we must increase your saving every year. Suppose this year you are saving 10,000 a month, then ideally speaking, next year you should increase your saving minimum by 10% and your saving should be 11,000 a month. Mr. Robin, I know it is not an easy task. It is a tough task, of course, but it is not an impossible task. We can do it, sir, and we have to do it because we want our life to be comfortable in future. So there is no option but to do it. So two things I want to request about saving is, please identify an amount of saving, Parvati, and then religiously save this amount every month, come what may. This commitment you have to make it. Second thing is, keep increasing your saving minimum by 10% every year. And if you do these three things, Mr. Robin, down the line after 20 years, we may not meet. We may not see each other, but you will remember these words, that if you have followed these two very simple metrics in your life is 100% going to be changed for better, and you will have least financial problems. So now the next question arises, sister. We are saving, we are savers, we are saving, we will save definitely as much as we can. But then the next question arises, Mr. Robin, what to do with the savings? What we should do with the savings which we are making every month? Yes, Parvati, just you to understand and for Robin to practice, there are two options available with us with regard to saving. First option, which a foolish man like me will only do, is that, Mr. Robin, I am saving a particular amount every month. I am saving it. But what foolishly I am doing, I am taking that money out of my bank account where I am getting salary. I am counting that money, feel happy, and putting that money in a box at home every month religiously. Religiously I am doing, or just leaving that amount in my bank account. My dear participants and Parvati, you should understand, this is a gross injustice to our family, to yourself, and Mr. Narasimha, to our country also as a whole. We should never put our saving amount at home in a currency form, or just leave that account in your bank account. Naturally, Mr. Narasimha, you will ask me then what to do. What to do? Yes, this question is very valid. We have other option, Mr. Robin, and that option is, we put our savings, number one, into acquisition of some assets, value of which will increase in future, and we put our savings into some financial instrument which will give us regular and periodical return in future. I again repeat, Parvati, we should put our savings into some assets which will value of which will increase in future, and we should put our savings into some financial instrument which will give us regular and periodical return. And Robin sir, the process of putting your savings into some assets or in financial instrument, it is technically called investment. It is investment. So saving is the first step, Parvati. Investment is the second step. Because unless and until if you don't save, what you will invest? So saving is the prime source of your prosperity. Please do understand the importance of savings. But you must not stop at savings. Because Mr. Robin, if you save and don't invest, then better not to save, enjoy with your money. Because the purpose of saving will automatically defeated if you don't invest it. So Parvati, you should not only be saver at the first stage, but you should also be an investor at the second stage. And they are complementary to each other. Because if you don't save, what you will invest? So investment comes second stage, saving is the first step. But both are important. So so those who are already earning, sister, you will agree with me. Those who are already earning must be putting your savings into one or other instrument of investment. Naturally, we are all putting it. Mr. Robin, so we are all investors as well. We are all investing our money one way or other product. We are all investing it. But I don't know, sister, you are a economics professor. I don't know whether you will agree with me or whether Mr. Robin will agree with me. Mr. Robin, the hard fact of the life is most of the middle class, salary class person like you and me and madam and sister, despite our sincere efforts in saving and investment, Mr. Robin, I don't know whether you will agree with me or not. Despite our sincere efforts in saving and investment, we just remain money accumulators. We don't become wealth creators, sister. We just remain money accumulator. We don't become wealth creators. And my dear participants, you must be very clear that your prosperity will come only and only through wealth creation. It will never come through money accumulation. Please do understand it. The first is itself, Parvati. So first we should understand the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation, Parvati. What is money accumulation and what is wealth creation? And sister, for that, I want to give you a simple example in which, sister, kindly permit me to take your name. And the example, Mr. Robin, is most common investment product is bank fixed deposit, bank FD. Why I have taken, sister, this example? Because even your students are aware about the bank FD. They might not have done bank FD, but their parents must have done it. So I am taking Mr. Robin the example of bank FD. Suppose sister has got 1 lakh rupees with her. Of course, sister has got much more than 1 lakh rupees. But just for example's sake, sister, we take this example that sister has got 1 lakh rupees with her. And she goes for a 1 year bank FD with a good bank. And Mr. Robin, what is nowadays, what is the rate of interest on bank FD for 1 year? Around 5.5% or 6%. Am I right, sir? Around 5.5% or 6%. So sister goes for a 1 year bank FD. After 1 year, when I meet sister and just ask her, sir, madam, sister, what happened to your bank FD? Sister is very happy. She is smiling. She says that she has earned 6,000 because interest rate was 6%. She has earned 6,000 as bank interest income, and the bank has given back their money to them. So sister is happy because she earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income. When I asked sister, are you right? Sister says, yes, what is wrong with you asking this question? I am absolutely right. I earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income. Very simple. Sister, you are right, but you are not right. Why you are not right? Because two very important factors, Parvati, you must understand what I am saying now. Because of two very important factors which affect return on your investment. And what these factors are? Sister, the first and foremost factor which affect our return is inflation. Mehengai, if I speak in Hindi. And sister, inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Simply speaking, Parvati, This is the simplest definition of inflation. Increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. So suppose last year, when sister was going for bank FD, had she not gone for bank FD and gone for purchase of some item or goods or avail some services at 1 lakh rupees, sister, can you tell me honestly, would you be able to purchase same item, same goods, same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees? Would it be possible? It will not be possible. Because of inflation, prices of those items have increased. And suppose, sister, the prices are, the inflation rate has been 5%, Mr. Robin, during this period of bank FD. What does it simply mean? It simply means that last year, whatever sister could have purchased from 1 lakh rupees, Mr. Robin, for the same item, same services, same goods, sister would need to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1,05,000 rupees because the inflation rate was 5%. Now you see the proposition, Mr. Robin. Sister was very happy when she earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income. But sister, in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Am I right, sister? Out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Still, sister is happy. She says, I have still got 1,000 out of 6,000. No, sister, there is other factor also which you must understand. Most of the income and return, Government of India takes income tax or capital gain. You must be aware. So on the bank FD, sister, rules are very clear. Whatever you earn as bank interest on your FD, you will have to pay income tax as per your income tax slab. So suppose, sister, you are in 20% bracket of income tax, then you will need to pay 20% on 6,000 as income tax as well. And 20% of 6,000, sister, comes 1,200 rupees. So sister, now you see the proposition, you are very happy when you earn 6,000. But Mr. Robin, in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and 1,200 sister has to pay as income tax on the interest income. So did she get anything, Mr. Robin, in reality? Nothing. Rather, sister had lost 200 rupees out of her pocket. Sister, you got nothing. Rather, 200 rupees has gone out of your pocket. And most of our investments are like this only. Most of our investment like this only. That is why we are money accumulators. We don't earn any real return on most of our investment, Parvati. For you to understand, please do understand very carefully, Parvati. You have to earn some real return on your investment to make you prosper. Because the way of prosperity will go only through real return. You will be creating wealth only through real return, not through money accumulation. So please do understand that we have to earn some real return on our investment. And Mr. Amit, the definition of real return is real return equal to notional return, that is 6,000, minus inflation, minus tax liability, if any. If there remains anything, only then you have earned something in reality. But what is the reason, sister, that most of us don't earn any real return on our investment? What's the reason? Yes, sister, we should analyze the reason as well. What is the reason? Mr. Robin, reason is there, but reason is not outside somewhere else. The reason lies in our mind, Parvati. The reason lies in the middle class, salary class person mentality. And the reason is very simple, Mr. Robin. Most of the middle class, salary class person are very clear. Very clear. Baba, we don't want to take any risk. We don't want to take any risk. So most of us think of having some safe investment because we don't want to take any risk. But my dear participant, Mr. Robin and Mr. Parvati and sister must be knowing it. There is risk in most of the investment, whether you accept it or not, Mr. Robin. Risk is there in most of the investment products. Of course, in some products, risk might be higher. In some products, it might be moderate. In some products, it may even be minimum. But most of the investments have got risk. Please do understand, my dear participants. Except governmental small saving scheme, most of the product has got risk. Please first understand it and accept it. Because once you accept, then there is a possibility of an idea coming in your mind. How I can manage my risk, how I can minimize my risk. Naturally, everybody will like Mr. Robin to manage their risk, to minimize their risk. Definitely, it's a very natural thing which we all do. So how we can do it? Yes, my dear participants, we can do it by practicing a very simple two-word formula, Mr. Robin, I am sharing with all of you. This formula is going to the best formula for your risk management in investment. So we can manage your risk, we can minimize your risk by practicing this formula. Parvati, if you wish to note it down, you can note it down. Very simple formula. But just by writing Parvati, you are not getting anything. This formula has to be put into practice while making your investment decisions. The formula is only two-word formula, sister. Think, understand, and invest. Mr. Robin, I have used two words only. Think, understand, and invest. The first word I have used, Mr. Robin, is think. What we have to think? Mr. Robin, we have to think two things about ourselves. The first is, what is my risk appetite? What is my risk appetite? How much risk I can take? And Mr. Robin, you must understand, every individual has got different risk appetite. Every individual has got different risk appetite. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, please. Yes, sorry, sister, for interruption. So we have to think about our risk appetite. Parvati is one of the most important aspects of risk management. And sister, you will agree with me, every individual has got different risk appetite. Sister has got different one, Mr. Robin has got different one, and the third person has got different one. Because of the obvious reason, Mr. Robin, that Mr. Robin has got different income, sister has got different income, Mr. Robin has got different obligations, sister has got different obligations. That is why our risk appetite of every individual, Mr. Robin, is different. And we should take all our investment decision as per our risk appetite only. Please mind it. But a blunder, Mr. Robin, we all do. I don't know whether you have committed or not, whether sister had done it or not, but we mostly middle class, early class person do. We follow others while taking our investment decisions, which is a blunder. Because of the obvious reason, sister, we have got different risk appetite. So why Mr. Robin should follow sister for his investment decision? But normally we follow. Normally, when a colleague of yours is investing somewhere, you will also think of investing in the product without looking into the risk of that product and whether the risk of that product broadly matches with your risk appetite. So please do understand, risk appetite of every individual is different. And Mr. Robin, even the risk appetite of individual is not a constant factor in your life. It keeps changing with your age. When you are young, you can take higher risk, and rather you should take, I will encourage young people to take higher risk, because if something goes wrong with them, no problem, they have got time with them. But Mr. Robin, I don't have that luxury. I'm at that age, fag end of my life. So I don't have risk appetite which you have, because you are young. So risk appetite is one of the important factors while taking investment decision. Second thing is time horizon of investment. Time horizon of investment is equally important, Mr. Robin. And for that, I wish to request you, Mr. Robin, kindly give me 1 hour next Sunday. Would you give Mr. Robin 1 hour next Sunday? I want 1 hour of yours. But don't worry, I'm not coming to your home. Don't worry. But still, I want 1 hour of yours. Next Sunday, please request your family members to be sit with you. Assemble in your dining room or drawing room, whatever you said. Discuss with them what are the major milestones in your life. What are the major milestones? Discuss with them. And sister, what are the common milestones in our life, normally speaking? The first major milestone, sister, you will agree with me, is marriage. Marriage is normally marriage is the first milestone. And after that, birth of the children, celebration naturally, second milestone. And third one is purchase or acquisition of a house for the family. Mr. Robin, is a very natural thing. Every family would like to have their own house. Then purchase of the four-wheeler if they have not got so far. Then, Mr. Robin, nowadays a new milestone has become important in our life, which was not at least in my time. Sister, you will agree with me. Now, every family wants to go on vacation very frequently. Mr. Robin and his family will force them to go out of Kerala, go to Rajasthan, go to Gujarat, go to Maharashtra, and why limit to India only, go to Switzerland, go to USA. Naturally, it is very natural. Every family likes to go on vacation. So vacation has also become an important milestone in our life. And after that, Mr. Robin, after some year, when your children are grown up, one of the most important milestone is going to happen in your life. That is higher education and professional education of children. And sisters, you will agree, every parent would like to have the best education for their kids and for their children. So higher education and professional education has become very important. After education is over, naturally marriage of the children is also next milestone. And the last milestone, Mr. Robin, which is very, very important. And in the context that sister, now most of the employees don't have pension, which earlier people used to have. They had guaranteed pension. But Mr. Robin, nowadays no pension concept is there in most of the corporates, and even state government and central government has dispensed with the idea of pension. Then living retirement life, Mr. Robin, is very, very important milestone in your life. And for that, Mr. Robin, you have to accumulate huge amount. You have to accumulate, because in retirement life, typically what happens, the most disadvantageous position, Mr. Robin, is that you will not be getting regular salary which you are getting during your employment. So retirement life, which we normally do, we accumulate huge amount, then club or superannuation benefit with that, invest those money in some instruments, get some regular income, and we enjoy our retirement life. This is a normal course of doing retirement life. So in the first column, Mr. Robin, make 3 columns on the paper. In the first column, please note down all the milestones in your life. And Mr. Robin, if I have left out some milestone, you are free to add on any milestone in the first column. In the second column, against each milestone, Mr. Robin, start putting the period when they are likely to come. An idea only. Precisely, of course, it can't be done, Mr. Robin. But start putting the period when it is likely to happen. Suppose somebody say that he is not married or he or she is not married and likely to be married after 2 years. Put it 2 years against the marriage. Likewise, 2 years, then birth of the children, naturally after 3.5 years or so, like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. You start putting an estimate period when these milestones are likely to happen in your life. And the third column now, very important thing I am requesting Mr. Robin and to all the participants, please start putting the money which you will need for every milestone. Again, idea only, Mr. Robin. Precisely, I know it will not be possible. We all know. So just start putting the period, how much you will need. Suppose somebody say that he is not married and he is likely to be married after 2 years and he will need minimum 5 lakh for marriage. Put it 5 lakhs against marriage. Likewise, start putting the money which you will need against each milestone. Two very important milestones, Mr. Robin, I want to discuss with all the participants. The first one was higher education and professional education of children. Mr. Robin, you might be aware that an MBA degree from a reputed institute today, what it will cost, sir? It will be around 20 lakhs. Am I right, sir? Around 20 lakhs for 2-year MBA degree. Today, sir, today. But when your children will go for higher education after 20-25 years, can you imagine how much you will need for for every child higher education, sir? The MBA degree, sir, which is costing around 20 lakhs today, sister. Mr. Robin, it will cost not less than 2 crore rupees after 25 years when your children will go for higher education. So suppose you have 2 children, then minimum 4 crore only for the higher education of your children. Then the last one is retirement. Put it 4 crore against higher education. And last one, Mr. Robin, is retirement life. Suppose, Mr. Robin, your age is 30 today. Suppose you are 30 today. And you say that your monthly expenses are around 30,000 at the age of 30. But Mr. Robin, have you ever imagined what money you will need after 30 years when you become 60, every month expenses? Have you ever thought of it, sir? Today, your monthly expenses are around 30,000 at the age of 30. But when you become 60 after 30 years, Mr. Robin, you will need not less than 2 lakh rupees per month for your monthly expenses only because of inflation. So at the age of 60, in the first month of your retirement, Mr. Robin, you will need around 2 lakh rupees per month. That is around 25 lakhs per year, around 25 lakhs per year. So how much money you should accumulate for your retirement life? Sir, I am giving you a thumb rule. A thumb rule is there. Your retirement corpus, retirement accumulation should ideally be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. I again repeat, minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. Mr. Robin, suppose your expenses would be around 25 lakhs a year at the age of 60, multiply by 20. How much you get, sir? 5 crore. 5 crore you will need only for your retirement corpus, for your retirement life to live. Because, sister, you now agree with me, Mr. Robin, nowadays the average age of Indian is increasing like anything. A person is living around 75-80 years. So, Mr. Robin, you will be living minimum 20 years after retirement even. That is why you need huge money. So put it 5 crore against the retirement in the last column. Now, Mr. Robin, I want to make you scary for a moment. Make the total of the last column and you will be surprised, Mr. Robin, that a normal middle class, salary class person who is around 30 today will need not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees for their milestones only. It is only for your milestone, Mr. Robin. I have not included your monthly expenses from 30 year to 60 year. That I have excluded. From where 10 to 12 crore rupees will come, Parvati, for a normal middle class, salary class person? From where it will come? I know Mr. Robin is very lucky. Amitabh Bachchan show KBC is going to start next very soon. He will go there and win 7.5 crore rupees. Then, but what about others? What, my dear friends, what about others? What about the lakhs of other people? Now I want to give you confidence, Mr. Rubin, not to you, but all the young participants, like even Parvati. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestone, Mr. Robin. Provided, underlining the word provided, you start seriously working on your savings and investment right from today. You have to be very alert, aware, and smart in your savings and your investments. So you all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees. And Mr. Robin, the chart which we have just prepared, first column, second column, and third column, sister knows it very well. She is an economics professor. This chart is called financial plan. This chart is called financial plan. And Mr. Robin and Parvati, you to understand, every family must have their financial plan. Every family, Mr. Robin, you must have your financial plan. Because financial plan will give you the targets, will give you a clear picture about the having money in your life when you need it. And I personally feel, sister, every family must have their financial plan. Please do prepare your financial plan, Mr. Robin. And it is not a rocket science. Very simple thing you can do. Sit with your family member, discuss, thread, bread, everything, and draw a financial plan. That is there. Simple. One more thing I want to request, Mr. Robin, to all the participants. It is eighth wonder of the world, Mr. Robin, and that is rule of compounding. Rule of compounding is eighth wonder of the world, sister. You must be knowing it. And what is rule of compounding in investment, Mr. Robin? Simply speaking, you have to make a commitment with yourself. You have to make a discipline with yourself. That whatever and whenever I get some return or income on my investment, I will not use that return or income for my personal consumption, or for that matter celebration, or for that matter vacation. What I will simply do, I will simply club that return or income with my regular investment and reinvest it. It is a tough task, Mr. Robin, I know, but it is not impossible. But you have to follow this practice of rule of compounding to make you prosper. There is no shortcut, Mr. Robin. Please do understand. There are no shortcuts, particularly for middle class, salary class person. You can be prosper over a period of time. You can have reasonable money over a period of time only through sustained efforts in saving and investment regularly. So please do follow religiously rule of compounding in your life as far as investments are concerned. Now, last 15 minutes, sister, we will discuss what are the products available for middle class, salary class person where we can invest. So far, we have discussed, Mr. Robin, the general metrics of investments: saving, investment, risk management, financial plan, rule of compounding. Now we will be specifically discussing what are the products available for the middle class, salary class person. And the one category of product, Mr. Robin, for all of us is governmental small saving scheme. Governmental small saving scheme. And sister, the first and foremost scheme which is available for middle class, salary class person is Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. I don't know whether, Mr. Robin, whether you have opened a PPF account or not. But if you have not opened it, and if you are earner, you have missed something. Please do open a PPF account in any of the bank or post office, wherever you are having your bank account. PPF account, PPF scheme is a public provident fund scheme, is a very good scheme of the government of India, because it is a triple E scheme, Mr. Robin. Exempt, 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 no tax at all at any level. Minimum amount you can deposit is 500 rupees. Maximum amount you can deposit is 1.50 lakhs every year. The scheme is for 15 years, Mr. Robin, but it is not for 15 years. You can extend that scheme beyond 15 years for a period of 5 years, plus 5 years, plus 5 years. And you should continue with this scheme unless and until you need money. And very small thing I want to share with you, Mr. Robin, if possible, please deposit the maximum amount of 1.50 lakhs in the PPF account at the beginning of the financial year, that is before 5th of April, if possible. Because that will give you the benefit of earning interest for the whole year. But if you are not in a position to deposit 1.50 lakhs in one go at the beginning of the financial year, Mr. Robin, then very small request I want to make to you. Whenever you deposit money in the PPF account, please make sure that you deposit the amount before 5th of the month. Before 5th of the month, because if you deposit on the 6th or afterwards, you will not get interest for that month. So very small thing, but it will be a difference of thousands of rupees, Mr. Robin, over a period of 15-20 years. So please open a PPF account. Other products available in the governmental scheme. Next product is National Savings Certificate, NSC. I don't have time, so I will just mentioning the name here. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra. Fourth one is post office and banks have got lot of savings scheme which you can visit and get understanding what they are and start investing in those schemes. Then RBI also keep issuing bonds and taxable and tax-free bond, Mr. Robin, to the public very frequently. So you can deposit, invest some of your savings into RBI floating rate or fixed rate bonds. Then Government of India also get the loan from the public. Sister, you must be knowing that is by sale of securities. So you can invest in those securities as well. And for that, Mr. Robin, RBI has recently started a portal called RBI Retail Central. You can visit the portal, get the details and register yourself, and then you start investing in those things. Then Government of India has also started Bharat Bond 1, Bharat Bond 2 and Bharat Bond ETF. It is basically for Government of India undertakings to raise loan. And then lastly, railways, National Highway Authority, and some big government organizations. I'm coming, Mr. Irfan, I'm coming to sovereign bond in a while. Then national, they keep issuing infrastructure bond to the public. So you can invest some of your money in those as well. So typically speaking, what I have just covered, sister, is all governmental saving schemes. And the beauty of these schemes, Mr. Robin, is there is no risk at all. Whatever government promises you, government will give you interest or return. When your scheme matures, government will give you the maturity amount without any risk. And I personally feel, Mr. Robin, that a normal middle class, salary class person should invest around 15 to 20% of their total savings into governmental schemes. Then other product, after second product, Robin, where we can invest is gold. Gold is the product where, and sister, you must be aware, we Indians have a typical habit of getting gold at home and throw jewelry and all these things. But now the time is changing. Mr. Robin, now you can purchase gold in digital form as well. And now for that, I'm sharing the details of one of the best governmental scheme on gold. That is called Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Mr. Irfan, Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. In this scheme, Mr. Robin, you can invest minimum 1 gram gold price fixed by the government, and maximum you can invest is 4 kg gold price. The scheme is for 8 years. And 2 benefits Government of India is giving to you under this scheme, Mr. Robin. First is, Government of India will give you 2.5% interest on your deposits in this scheme. Guaranteed 2.5% return in this scheme. And second benefit, Mr. Robin, is whatever the appreciation in the gold price, suppose today you deposit the amount with a fixed gold price of 50,000, and after 8 years, the gold price is 80,000. So government will also give you the difference between the 80,000 and 50,000, that is 30,000. So your money will also be returned with the appreciation in the gold price. So 2 benefits Government of India is giving under this sovereign gold bond scheme. One is 2.5% guaranteed interest. Second one is appreciation in the gold price will also be shared with you. And the scheme is for 8 years. And if you remain with 8 years in the scheme, there will hardly be any tax liability because of capital gain benefits. But if you withdraw the money after 3-4 years, then of course tax liability as per your slab will be there, as per your other income will be there. So sovereign gold bond is a very good scheme. And Mr. Robin, if you invest in sovereign gold bond in digital form, that is online, government is also giving you 50 rupees discount. That is the third and additional benefit. 50 rupees discount government is also giving you in the gold price. And I personally feel that a normal middle class, salary class person invest around 5 to 7% of their total investment in gold. Last product available for middle class, salary class person, Mr. Robin, is security market share bazaar. But my dear Robin, I want to tell all the participants, if you don't have knowledge of the market, please don't invest into security market directly. Because security market is purely knowledge-based market, Mr. Robin. So unless and until you have knowledge, please don't invest into the security market directly. This is my personal opinion. But security market has given the best average return during last 35 years, Mr. Robin, you might not be aware. Security market has given average 15% return during last 35 years. Average, not regular. 15 years average, 15% average return, which no other product has given. But it has got risk. And you should not invest directly unless you have knowledge. But there is an indirect way of investing into security market, Mr. Robin. That is called mutual funds. Last 5 minutes only for mutual funds I want to. Next time, if you are interested, we will have a dedicated session of 2 hours on mutual funds. If your participants are interested. Mutual fund is an indirect way of investment, Mr. Robin. First, understand it. You are not directly investing. You are giving your money to the experts. You are not directly investing. What you are doing is, you are giving your savings to the experts. Why you are giving? Naturally, you will ask me. Because they are experts. They have knowledge of the market. They have got experience in the market. They live in the market 24 hours, which you don't. So there are better chances that their decisions of investment will be relatively better than you. relatively better chances, brighter chances, because we don't have knowledge, we don't have time, we don't have experience, but they have. That is why we are giving our money to the experts. They are technically called fund managers. And the purpose is very clear, Mr. Robin. It is not a social service. We are giving your money to the mutual fund experts for investing your money into market and beyond, and earn return for you and give back return. And Mr. Irfan, for you, because you are from Muslim community, I just want to tell you that there are schemes in the mutual fund which are Shariat compliant. So if my Muslim brothers want to invest strictly as per Shariat law, in mutual fund, there are schemes where you can invest your money as per Shariat law. So that facility also mutual funds give. That is only for the my Muslim brothers or sisters who want to invest in mutual fund, but wish to invest only as per Shariat law. So in mutual fund, there are two categories of investments or plans available, Mr. Robin. One is direct plan and other is regular plan. In direct plan, you simply visit the website of the mutual fund company online, select the scheme, give your documents online, give your bank details online, and you are invested. So in direct plan, there is no third party, Mr. Robin, you and mutual fund company. But if for any reason you are not able to invest directly, then you can invest in mutual fund through local mutual fund distributors duly registered with AMFI. Please mind it. Those mutual fund distributors must be registered with AMFI. And they are local. There are hundreds of local mutual fund distributors are available. So there is no separate scheme for the for physically challenged person, my dear friend. But you can be a regular investor. You can be a regular investor. I don't know any scheme which will give you additional benefit because of your disability. But you can be a regular investor. Those who are physically challenged, I was talking about. So in regular plan, Parvati, you can take the help of local mutual fund distributor. They will come to you with a form. They will help you out in filling the form. They will get documents from you. They will take your bank details, and then they will deposit your money or deposit your application with the mutual fund company. And naturally, for those services, Parvati, they will get some commission or fees. So in regular plan, Mr. Robin, return will always be less as compared to direct plan. Please mind it. So try to invest in through direct plan, but if not possible, then start with regular plan. And now SEBI has given a facility, Ms. Parvati, that suppose you presently you invest through regular plan with the help of some distributor, and after 3-4 years you get equipped yourself, you have got some command and confidence in investment, then you can switch from regular plan to direct plan. That facility is also available. That you can do. So, there are 3 major categories of mutual funds. One category, Mr. Robin, is equity fund. The first category is equity fund. And as the name goes, Parvati, your savings will be invested into the equity share of the corporates in equity funds. Risk is greater. Risk is very high. But probability of getting higher return is also there. So those who are young like Parvati, Mr. Robin, and the third person iPhone, those who are young and take risk should think of investing your money into equity fund. Risk is higher, but probability of getting higher return is there. And those who don't want to take high risk, Mr. Robin, other categories there. That is called debt fund, DEBT, debt fund. In debt fund, Parvati, your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. It will not be invested into equity shares. Please understand the difference. So in debt fund, your money will be given, your savings will be given as a loan to the corporates. When loan is given, return is reasonable and risk is also less. So those who don't want to take any risk, they can invest in debt fund. Lesser risk, they can invest in debt. And there is also third category, Mr. Robin, that is called hybrid funds. One was equity fund, second was debt fund, and third one is hybrid fund. In hybrid fund, Parvati, you are taking advantage of both the equity fund and hybrid and debt fund. What you are typically doing in hybrid fund, some of your money will go to the equity fund and some of money will go to the debt fund. So you are increasing your probability of getting higher return, but at the same time, you are covering your risk. So hybrid fund is for those investors, Mr. Robin, those who wish to have little bit higher return, but don't want to expose them with the high risk. That is why hybrid fund is there. And there are two unique facilities available in the mutual fund, Mr. Robin. The first unique facility is SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. My dear participant, please be attentive for next 5 minutes now. SIP is a way of investing into mutual fund. And what is SIP, Parvati? Systematic Investment Plan. It is just like a recurring account which you open with the bank and post offices, where every month you are investing something, Mr. Robin, as per your saving capabilities. Minimum amount SIP you can start investing, Parvati, is 500 rupees every month or every week or every fortnight. Only 500 rupees. And maximum there is no limit. Maximum there is no limit. And Parvati, I will request you on all students, start an SIP of 500 rupees out of your pocket money. Of course, still you are not earning anything, but even when you are not earning, out of your pocket money, start SIP of 500 rupees, because that will give you a fair idea how SIP works and what is the benefit of SIP. Down the line, when you start earning, by that time, you will be a confident investor. So even students, I am encouraging to start an SIP in a good equity fund or an index fund of 500 rupees. And it is a magic, Parvati, it is a magic. How it is a magic? Mr. Robin, I just want to share you an example, but it is not a story. It is a factual thing I want to share with you, but I will not name the mutual fund company. I will not name sister the name of the scheme, because that will be unfair marketing of the scheme. But facts are there. I am again emphasizing these are the facts I am sharing with you. And I am taking the name of sister for this scheme just for namesake only. Mr. Robin, in 1995, a mutual fund company started an equity fund. Note down the details very carefully. In 1995, and Parvati, you should also listen to it. In 1995, a mutual company started an equity fund. And Mr. Robin, sister started an SIP of 10,000 rupees per month in that scheme. Every month she is investing 10,000 rupees through SIP in that scheme. Right from 1995 till 2022, sister is still investing 10,000 rupees every month in that scheme. Every month, right from 1995. And Parvati, during that period from 1995 to 2022, Mr. Robin, market might have gone up 100 times, market might have gone 100 times. Up and down is the basic characteristic of the market. Market will always go up and down, never afraid of the where market is going. continue with your SIP for the longer period, which sister did. That is the crux of her success. I again repeat, 10,000 rupees SIP every month, right from 1995 till 2020, without any interruption or break. Mr. Robin, are you interested to know how much money sister has now in that SIP? Are you interested? Parvati, I want to tell you, sister has got 9.57 crore. 9.57 crore. That's the magic of SIP. That's the magic of SIP. And a small amount every month will give you a huge amount over a period of time after 15-20 years. So I will request all earning young participants like Mr. Robin and iPhone and even Parvati, who is still a student, start an SIP of an amount which you can comfortably afford. And Mr. Robin, I know a lot of my friends who have started more than one SIP, 4 SIPs, 5 SIPs, and that is target-oriented SIP. One SIP for purchase of house, one SIP, another SIP for going on vacation, third SIP for higher education of children happening after 25 years, and fifth SIP might be for your retirement plan, developing retirement corpus. So you can have more than one SIP. And SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. But my dear friends, magic will happen not today, not tomorrow, Mr. Robin. It will start happening after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So please do a regular investor. Start SIP of a small and never think that your income is low. Mostly sister people will say, "Arey Baba, I am not earning much now. If I start SIP of 500, what is going to happen?" No, Parvati did a wrong thinking. Even a 500 will make you a very huge amount after 15-20 years. So please start an SIP. The second facility in mutual fund, Mr. Robin, is SWP. Just now I have stated SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. And now I am speaking on SWP, Systematic Withdrawal Plan. Mr. Robin, SWP is opposite of SIP. In SIP, we were investing every month. SWP is a facility which sister can avail, and even you can avail when you get retired. Suppose you get retired, but you have been very smart investor. You have accumulated 5 crore rupees retirement corpus for you. Now you have retired, don't have any income. What to do? In mutual fund, there is a facility. You simply write to the mutual fund where you have your retirement corpus that next month onward, please keep transferring a particular amount from my corpus to my bank account every month on 1st to take care of your basic needs. Suppose you say that you want to withdraw 2 lakh rupees per month. You simply write a mail to them. They will simply transfer 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees every month on 1st in your bank account. Mr. Robin, what will be the first benefit? You will get 2 lakh rupees in your bank account. You can enjoy your retirement life without any pressure. The second benefit is your remaining amount with them, because you had a corpus of 5 crore rupees. Your remaining amount with them, which continually invested, and you are continually going to get return on that. So SWP is a facility for living retirement life comfortably. But my dear friend, for that you will have to work very harder, develop a retirement corpus for them. Last, mutual fund is a very, very lengthy subject. If sister is interested, next time we will have a dedicated session of 2 hours for all your students and participants. Last 2 things, sister, I want to tell all of you. Mr. Robin, a menace is on in our country, which is called Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. My dear iPhone, I don't know your name because you're putting only iPhone on you. So I'm just addressing you in that name only. People do come and giving you a promise of doubling your money in 3-4 months, 3-4 years, giving you 15% return, 20% return. Mr. Robin, those are all frauds. I'm using a very hard words for them. These are all frauds. They will never make their commitment promise. They will simply vanish with your money down the line after 1 or 2 years. So Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees is a menace for our country. And I know, Mr. Robin, you are an intellectual, educated person. You will not invest in those schemes. Sister will never invest. Sister, normally who are investing in those bogus schemes? Our segment of the society who are not educated. You are maid servant, you are driver, you are auto driver, you are milk vendor, you are taxi driver, you are electrician, you are plumber. Basically, they put their money without knowledge because of temptation only, that they will get higher return, they will double their money. Parvati is not going to happen. And so please go, when you go home today back, please keep inform your parents and wherever you meet. And sister, please start a campaign. And Mr. Irfan is rightly mentioning. Start a campaign in your area, in your city, with the help of your students, to educate and make people aware as much as you can, that they should never invest, put their hard-earned money in bogus schemes, in Ponzi schemes. What they can simply do if they don't have any idea, they can simply put their money in some banks or post office. At least their money will be safe. So, sister and Mr. Robin, please start this campaign with the help of your students in your area. Last thing I want to request all of you, and Parvati to you as well, and Mr. Robin,
Yes,
Mr. iPhone, and all other participants. One thing I want to assert, it is my assertion, and sister, it is not my assertion, it is assertion of Mr. Robin, it is assertion of Mr. iPhone as well. What is that? Mr. Robin, prosperity is your right. We have got every right to be prosper. Rest assured. Prosperity is your right. It is not a begging, Mr. Robin, anybody will give you. It is your right. We have a right to be prosper. Mr. Robin, it might have happened that I might have got a birth in a poor family. It might have happened. But birth in a poor family, Mr. Robin, is not a curse at all. Mind it. All the participants, Parvati, I am also telling to you, birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. But living as poor and die as a poor is a curse. And Mr. Robin and sister, we all can take care of our prosperity by sustained investment and saving right from the day we start earning. And I wish Almighty that you all should be prosper. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for this interactive and informative session. I now cordially invite our professor and organizing secretary, Dr. Shashi C, Department of Economics, Christ College, Irinyalukuda, for the vote of thanks. Please welcome, sir.
Any question from any participant, they can just raise their hand. Last 1 or 2 questions we can take, if they have some questions.
Any questions, you can raise your hands, please. Yeah.
Mr. Irfan, you have raised some question. Have you got the answer of it? Yeah, Mr. Robin.
Yeah. Please unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself.
Mr. Robin, please unmute yourself.
I think it is muted by host.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Roman, yes, please.
Thank you for the valuable information. I would like to raise a question on, like, can we add investment towards the mutual fund scheme, existing mutual fund schemes, if we have opened recently.
आप म्यूट हो गए सर प्लीज
सर आप म्यूट हो गए सर.
Yes, you can, my dear friend. You can increase the amount, you can decrease the amount at any point of time. Yes,
Okay.
that facility is available.
एक्चुअली मैंने ओपन किया था ये 2000 शायद से 2016 में ओपन किया था, लेकिन मेरे को पता नहीं इसके बारे में कैसा होता है. डायरेक्ट प्लान किया था मैंने. तो भी मैंने बहुत पहले किया था, मेरे को याद नहीं है एक्चुअली किधर किया है वगैरह.
नहीं पर
मेरे
ये
को
तो
फाइंड भी करना है.
honestly it is not a good on your part कि आपने कहाँ इन्वेस्ट किया था. You even don't know. You should be very particular about your investment, my dear friend, because you are investing out of your hard-earned money. So you must be very well alert and aware about where you are investing, whether your investment is getting reasonable return or not. And you should periodically review your investment every minimum 6 months. You must review all your investments. So please do it, and it is you can do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any last question from any participant? Only last question.
You can raise your hand and speak.
No problem. No problem.
Sir,
Okay, Parvati, we can proceed.
Sir, thank you for this vibrant and informative session. I now invite Assistant Professor and Organizing Secretary, Dr. Shashi C, Department of Economics, Christ College at Nyalakuda, for the vote of thanks. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Parvati. I think I'm audible to you all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Respected dignitaries and my dear participants, here it's my privilege to express our sincere gratitude to all who gathered here in connections to enhance the knowledge regarding wealth creation through personal financial management. So I'm directly entering into my duty. First of all, I would like to thank our principal, Reverend Father Dr. Jolie Andrew CMI, who gave his wholehearted support to conduct this program in an online mode. Thank you, Father. Next, I would like to thank the resource person of the day, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, who made an elaborate explanation and a fantabulous explanation dealing with the same topic, that is wealth creation through the personal financial management. Thank you, sir, for the fantabulous explanation. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agrawal, who made the session or who provided his support throughout the program from the IMFI side. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank the departmental faculties, including our HOD, Reverend Sister Rosie Vio, Dr. Franco T. Francis, Dr. Jean Maria George, Ms. Anne-Marie Churian, and Dr. Priyanka Raju. Thank you all. Next, I would like to thank all the fellow participants from inside the state and outside the state for your kind attention and participation. Thank you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you,
my
sir,
dear.
for your kind words.
Thank you, my dear. On
Sir.
my behalf and on behalf of MFI, I am thankful to all of you for particularly sister, for giving me opportunity for this program. And I will be more than happy to come to your college physically as well in the near future when it is convenient to both of us. And we will definitely continue with this relationship for the betterment of your all faculty members and the staff members. I'm also thankful to Parvati, moderator of this program, young lady, wishing you all the best for your future as well. I'm also thankful to Mr. Robin and the faculty member who has just given vote of thanks. And last but not the least, with Dr. Sanjay Agrawal for coordinating this program on behalf of MFI. And top of it, all the participants who have spared their time. But again, the same request I want to make, Mr. Robin, to and all young participants. Please do think about your savings and investment right from the day you start earning. That's the crux of your investment success, and continue with this journey. Investment success is a journey, my dear friends. It is not a one-stop gap, or it is not an event. It is a process. You have to work harder, and the more you work harder, the more prosper you are, the more prosper you will enjoy your life. God bless you all. Thank you very much, sister.
Thank you. you, Mr. Suryakant. It was very informative and it was very clear. I think it is very much informative for our students. Thank you for your kind cooperation and timely intervention in this webinar. Thank you for your presence, sir. Thank you very much. We
Thank you
also
very
thank Sanjay, Dr. Sanjay
Thank you,
Agarwal.
thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
very much, sir, for your coordination and everything. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for the
Thank you,
opportunity. And thank you all the participants.
Of course, the expected registration was not up to mark, very honestly speaking. Even the presence was very low. We don't do programs with less than 200 participants. But somehow it happens. But thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, a feedback form is sent in the chat box. Please fill the form. It would be very helpful for everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sonu Kumar ji.